man. Mate, I just get killed. Concussion rounds in atmosphere. I'm gonna die. Yeah, I died. Oh, fuck. No! No, he got me! Halo is and always will be my favourite gaming experience ever. Halo Combat Evolved was the first game I ever played, and I still get goosebumps thinking about that game. I still think about how I felt walking around the second level and having my young brain blown away by the scale of it, or at least the illusion of its scale.
Acting like you know the way ahead, like you know the rules. There are no rules, man. We're lost.
No, man. I know exactly where I am.
You don't know shit anymore.
Fast forward to now, and I'm still as big a fan as I ever was. Putting aside the state of the IP now, the Bungie era was something that won't be matched anytime soon. But the cherry on top of that is that Halo feels like a game that can be played in so many ways, and to the extent that makes it seem special.
For a brick, he flew pretty good.
Halo is a game that has a huge sandbox and a great scale of difficulty options and so many ways to tackle each individual scenario. This couldn't be any more true than LASO. If you don't know what LASO is, it's an acronym for Legendary All Skulls On. This is the hardest difficulty of Legendary within the base game, with all skulls turned on. Skulls are difficulty modifiers that make certain aspects of the game's sandbox harder. For an example, in the game Halo Reach, we have the Blind Skull that removes all of the game's HUD, including ammo counter, crosshair, radar, and even your weapon model is removed. Pair that with Mythic, which doubles all of the enemy's health, which is amazing, paired with the Thunderstorm Skull, which makes every enemy promoted to a higher rank. Now you're probably asking, Kizo, why don't you just come out and say you love cock and ball torture? What I do with my personal time is of no concern of you firstly, and secondly, I love a challenge. I've said this before in a different video, but I have been a gamer since I can remember, and all I wanted was a power fantasy. I was never gripped by challenge or having that certain achievement in my library. I was all about being a 7 foot tall virgin. But these last few months to a year, I have noticed a big difference in the way I consume my games. I want to feel a challenge, so in order to get that, I look to the most difficult challenges of them all. So what does one of gaming's hardest challenges look like to the average gamer? Let's find out. Going into Halo Reach, I actually felt quite confident. Not only did I have a co-op partner now that can not only help me, but now circumvents the Iron Skull. This makes you restart the entire level if you die in solo.
Oh, god damn, fuck me to tears. Mother.
But in co-op, it'll only revert you to last checkpoint. But now, because it's Halo Reach we're starting with, it is no doubt where Bungie learned how to fucking balance their games. Reach, without a doubt, feels the least janky of all the Halo games. It also helps that when MCC came to PC initially, it only had Halo Reach as an available option. Because of this, I had so many different ways I played Reach, and one of them was to do Legendary in under 3 hours to unlock one of the sickest nameplates I have ever seen, and I still to this day have not took it off. But this led me to have more knowledge about the game's campaign than I otherwise would, because I effectively know how to speedrun it. So opens Winter Contingency. The opening to Winter Contingency is very forgiving. We don't have any kind of set requirement like defend this outpost or clear out this area. Instead, we need to get a set destination, and we can force skip certain segments by just running past everything. White elites on the left, Greg, don't piss them off. We ran until we got to the part where we basically just have to drive around. And to be honest, I still don't know what the game wants me to do here, so I just kind of like drive around until the game tells me to come back and help fight the goobers. Oh. Now here we get basically an assortment of grunts, elites and jackals that spawn in. Grunts are pretty much really easy to shoot because of the thunderstruck skull. They've all got helmets on, but we basically just need to two-shot them perfectly and make it an instant kill. Jackals are annoying with their shields, but again, if you shoot them in the face, an instant kill. It's the elites that is the problem. The elites take an absurd amount of damage, and because they're the highest rank in the game as well, they just tank all our shots, and obviously mythic with the double health doesn't help this. Very quickly we established a plan. We cannot fight them head on, it is suicide. So what we did is my friend Greg stayed down at the little defence area and just kind of annoyed all the enemies. What that did is eventually they would go into the middle of the path and I would be waiting on a hill, sniping some of them, but just being ready for one of the elites to come into the middle of the path. Once they get there, I will cease shooting from the hills, jump into the car and attempt a hit and run.
Yes, I'm coming. Okay, okay.
And don't even think about calling in. Get here, starting right now.
I said I'm coming.
It did take a couple of attempts. These guys are pretty good at dodging, and some just refuse to comply with physics.
That grunt survived it. Got him, got him. Just the grunts. That should be us. There you go. That was done.
Once we cleared out this place, it was on to the next. We need to board some falcons and clear out the next combat area. This is the meat and taters of where this mission lies, especially on LASO. Once we get...
Fucking shots at!
Once we get inside the door and allow the remainder of Noble Team to take more damage than Rocky Balboa, the door will close and we move on to the real challenge. It's 3 elites. That's the challenge. No, I'm being serious. The reason this was hard is because there was no vehicles to splatter them, we had just basic weapons, and they have double health and are promoted to the highest rank.
Zealot class.
And we are weaker than me after a pint. After a huge argument about sending 2 of the weakest people alive in the entire fucking galaxy to clear the hole.
And you expect me to believe that? What do I look like? I look like an idiot.
I don't care what you believe.
Everybody just calm down.
Get him off my land.
Let me tell you something, man.
We established a strategy. Fighting head on is not an option, so we decide to play 4D chess.
Oh my god, that grunt just killed all his pals.
We learned that if one player is in the corner, the enemy AI will prioritise him. So with that in mind, we tried to bait out the elites one by one for the quick and easy backsmack. It wasn't flawless.
He's gonna get me. Yep, he got me. Oh my god, he's so hard to beat. No, man. Mate, I just get killed. Oh my god. Go on, go on, go on, go on. Did you die? Oh.
Actually did well, Mom.
Oh, unlucky.
But it worked eventually.
Oh, he's looking directly at me right now. Okay. Go. Go. Back them. Go, go, go. Yes.
And with that, mission 1 is done and dusted, and it was on to the next. Going into the mission Oni Sword Base, we were really feeling the pressure now. When I was grinding for the 3-hour legendary achievement, this was the mission that gave me the toughest time, without a doubt. And that was on regular legendary, and I had 4 players. Regardless, we made our first attempt, and we had no knowledge of the horrible fate that awaited us. When we got off the Falcons, we went our separate ways. I went left to clear the upper levels, and Greg went right to face an elite and clear that side too. We had a few things to worry about. Firstly, we had a handful of grunts and jackals, which are typically easy to kill. Secondly, we had a handful of elites, which is also easy and causes no issues whatsoever.
Oh my god, look at that elite.
Now that I'm done with my passive aggressive complaining, let's get into the mission. So, once I clear the upper level, I head to the back and quickly retrieve the trusty sniper. But after 1 or 2 shots, I quickly remember, this is basically useless against elites. That's because of the tilt skull. If you don't know what the tilt skull does, it essentially doubles both strengths and weaknesses. For an example, with the elites, because their strength has been able to be resistant to all things ballistics, the sniper effectively doesn't do anything. Their weakness is all things plasma. So, if I get a Covenant weapon, I can effectively take down their shields doubly as effective. So you're probably wondering, Kizo, why don't you just grab a Covenant weapon and go to town? Well, that's a great idea. Let me show you how that works. 343 thought of this as well. The Tough Luck Skull is also active. This makes all enemies dodge more bullets than Max Payne. And you know what? I'm so fucking pissed off, I'm going to make a skull for this video. This skull is called Takes That Will Make the Viewer Click Off. Max Payne 3 is superior in almost every single way than that of the first 2 games. Thank you very much. So similar to the first level, while Greg was trying to deal damage and getting the attention of the elites, I decided to sneak around. And I would go for the trusty backsmack, which would become a staple of this playthrough.
Backsmacked one of them. Go! Just sneak. Good shit, man.
After clearing out this area, we go to the next little checkpoint and we gear up for the next fight. This is where the level really opens up and you can be a lot more adventurous with your strategy. We now get an extension to our arsenal and we also get vehicles that we can drive. And to expand on the arsenal, we get this little weapon here, which basically rains explosions. We quickly use this weapon on the first Wraith, and we did this part perfectly and without an issue.
No, it got me. Fuck.
Okay, so we got our shit together and we killed the first 2 Wraiths.
Oh, yes.
We boarded some water hogs and I recommended to Greg that we go right because that's the only route I've ever went and I'm not going to change that anytime soon.
Fuck it.
Once we get to the next objective, something just didn't feel right. I was clearing out all the grunts, but Greg wasn't moving, and I just started to fear the worst. And then the worst happened.
Oh. Greg, please don't disconnect, Greg. Greg, please don't disconnect.
My fucking internet went down. Me and my girlfriend had recently just moved into a new place, and the internet was not fully functioning yet. And in that, we paid the price. Now, don't worry, from the thumbnail of this video, you'll have noticed that I got the achievement, and the video still got a while to go, so surely we just restarted. Well, yes, we did, and in fact we'd done the mission. But, from the fucking curseness of whatever the fuck's going on here, the file for the video corrupted. And I have nothing to show you of anything. It's all gone and I have tried everything to fix it and it hasn't worked. There's nothing I can do. So unfortunately, for the only time in this entire video, I have to just say this. Trust me, bro, we did it. That's all I have to... I have nothing to show you. I'm so sorry. So yeah. Mission 3? Fuck it, go. So to start off the mission that many deem to be the worst in the campaign, I stand before you to say that in terms of LASO, this was easily my favourite, because if you know how to speedrun it, then you'll know that you can really cheese this mission. And speaking of speedrun, did I ever mention that I have completed Halo Reach on Legendary in under 3 hours? This knowledge proved to be invaluable. So right away you'll notice 2 things. Firstly, I've turned on my webcam, for whatever reason, and looking back at the footage, I really prefer not having the webcam on, but I can't change any of that and it's on for the remainder of the video. And secondly, even before I get a chance to move, June blatantly lies to my face.
Here, you may need these. High velocity, armor piercing. They'll take the hat off an elite at 2,000 yards.
So we start off with some light jogging to warm up. We come across a lonesome elite enjoying the view, pondering about life, wondering what the purpose of Quick side note, does anyone remember this level being really creepy? The music alone is haunting.
Why is this creepy?
Once we've finished letting the creepy atmosphere get to us, we head to the first real combat encounter. A group of jump pack elites are waiting around, but we quickly decide to use stealth for this segment.
Oh, there's an invisible one as well.
Seriously?
We successfully get past this encounter and move through to the building for a checkpoint. This, however, is where we start getting issues. For one, I was having severe audio issues. I couldn't hear anything other than my own gun, and that was really throwing me off.
Fuck. I need to do this while it makes sound.
Another issue we were having is that the checkpoint that we got was at the exact moment I get spotted by a grunt up in a turret. So the element of surprise was completely gone. And to top it all off, the elites from the previous section now discovered our location.
Location, I'm gonna come.
And because of all of that, we had quite a few deaths.
Aye. Fuck. No, mate, I'm dead.
But eventually we came up with a strategy. I decided I would just run and try my luck that way, and it worked.
I've made it, aye, I've made it.
Right, just keep going.
I get to this big area where we get to see hostile wildlife for the first time in the franchise. I wish we got to see more wildlife in all the Halo games, because it would be really cool to see all the creations that developers would come up with. Kind of like what Halo Infinite was supposed to be. Luckily for us, the wildlife in this mission is a piece of cake, and I clear it within a couple of tries.
It just killed me. Right, that's one. I think there's one left. Right, okay, I've got him.
I get Greg to teleport to me, and we progress to the next section of the level.
Right, let's go, let's go, let's go.
This part is particularly a nice time because it's completely optional. The game doesn't have a defend this squad or kill X amount of wave restriction. We can simply walk through it and the game registers it as all the survivors dying.
This is good work.
Now we come to just past the midpoint of the mission, but because of our speedrun strategy, this is essentially the finale. Usually you would have to defend this position. You would go up against grunts, elites, jackals, and even hunters here, which on LASO would be deadly. But instead of doing any of that, we can hop into a forklift and drive it up to the gate that would normally open once we've done that objective. We can manipulate the game to think I can squeeze my fat ass through this few pixels in the middle of the door.
Got it.
From here, all of the enemies that would have spawned get completely skipped because we didn't hit certain load triggers for them to spawn in. And now it's just a simple little run to the finish. And that, if you can believe it or not, is Mission 3. By far the easiest yet, and that perfectly contrasts with the next mission. Tip of the Spear will without a doubt go down as one of the greatest missions in all of Halo. It has excellent level design, vehicle combat, probably the best theme in the soundtrack, and the opening cutscene never fails to make me want to go to war.
You ain't shifting like me!
But when it comes to LASO, this was the mission me and Greg were worried about. Knowing this going in, I decided to leave before the mission could even start. Thanks for watching. Just a bit of banter. I complete my pre-mission ritual and return to my gaming throne. Hello. Starting off, we have an assault rifle and a grenade launcher. In the base difficulty of Legendary, the grenade launcher is completely useless. But with LASO, we have the cowbell skull, which increases the acceleration of all explosions, meaning the grenade launcher is still fucking useless. The start of this mission requires us to clear the area, or so it should. After some attempts at this, we realised we didn't have the firepower. Eventually, I decided to take refuge on the left side of the spawn. This not only gave us cover from the enemies, but if you do some parkour, we can basically run away from the fight entirely. Oh my god, there's actually a safe spot over here. Have me do it, have me do it. No, have me. I just got shot. Oh, see you later, Greg. Oh no, I got... No, we need to get that turret, dude. No, I fell off the edge. No. After some tries at this, I finally made it and progressed to the next section. Hopefully. I think I've made it. Yeah. I'm running. This was a good result, but we missed getting the rocket hog because we didn't hit certain triggers. This would have been vital to some of our strategies. From my time speedrunning this game, in under 3 hours, we knew that if you shoot the AA turrets from the outside, it does damage as normal, meaning we wouldn't have to go inside and destroy the reactor as the game instructs you to. Fortunately, however, me and Greg come across some ghosts. Once we both got them, we tried shooting the turret from the outside as we would with the rocket hog, and it worked. And fucking Wraith spawns up here, doesn't it? After doing this, the game instructs us to move to the next area. Normally, as we wait for the Pelican to drop the bridge, there would be a Wraith, but for whatever reason, the Wraith didn't spawn, and I have no idea why. Going to the next area, this would be one to remember. We approached the mining facility, and going in, me and Greg understood this part would be difficult. We had no knowledge of any skips, so we went in heads first. Out of the entire playthrough, this is the part that I remember very fondly, because we discovered a legit speedrun tactic completely on our own, and I love that feeling of finding something out for yourself rather than watching some kind of guide online.
Sometimes my genius is... it's almost frightening.
The strategy we found after countless attempts trying to do it the proper way is just underneath the playable area. There is a cliff's edge and structural beams. We can use these to move to the place we need to get to. While doing this though, we skipped load triggers that would have usually spawned in like deadly elites and all these kind of enemies, but instead we just got a couple of jackals and grunts. That should. After we've cleared out those guys, we'll leave the facility and board the Revenant, the most useless vehicle outside of the Mongoose.
Dumb little face.
Stop.
Yo, Zan, get your boy, dog.
We use these to get to the second and final AA gun. Here we do the exact same tactic before, but this time we use a water hog that was conveniently placed for us. Once that blows up, we need to clear the area, which was annoying but didn't give us any real trouble. We used the splatter technique, and then when it came to the hunters, I just stayed back with a Revenant and used the gun on that to eventually get the kill. Nice! Once this is done, some Falcons come in and pick us up. These Falcons are armed with grenade launcher turrets, and with help from the cowbell skull, we blow absolutely everything to pieces on just our second try. With that out of the way, our excitement was really starting to build. Up until this point, we were worried about this mission. We felt like Tip of the Spear would be the crux, but we are breezing through it, or at least more than we thought we would. This ending sequence isn't that hard too, so because of that we gain some confidence. We start the finale of this mission by taking out the little guys, grunts, jackals and skirmishers. Once we felt the path was clear enough, we hugged the right side and used the pipes that were on the ground to give us cover. After that, we use our newly attained jetpacks to skip a whole bunch of fighting and go straight for the gravity lift. We were up against grunts with fuel rod cannons and a handful of elites. I pull off some move and take out the first elite, which just so happened to be the energy sword one, which would have usually been a pain in the ass to kill. I backsmack the sword elite. After this, we spot the next elite and promptly take him out too. Yes! I got a bit excited and went in thinking that it was completely clear, but there was another elite and he blew me to shreds. Just like your mum.
What did he say?
Luckily though, we had a really good checkpoint, so we just bum rushed him and Greg, being the absolute chad that he is, just smacked the shit out of him. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is tip of the spear. We really thought that this mission was going to give us more problems than it did, but we got it done regardless. The morale was high and we were getting into the groove, but with the next mission being Long Night of Solace, I guess you could say we were in for a long night.
Our flow was more devious than we imagined. That spire was indeed a teleporter linked to a cloaked Covenant supercarrier, a grave threat. Thankfully, help is imminent. 60% of the UNSC fleet.
What can I say about Long Night of Solace? Let's exclude LASO for a second. This is one of the coolest missions that marks the official decline of any hopes at winning the war on Reach. Starting the mission with a beach assault is absolutely sensational. Look at the damn backdrop, like come on.
This is brilliant, but I like this.
Now the unfortunate news is that this is the first instance where we used a guide. I've had a little watch at other YouTube LASO videos recently, and I noticed that eventually almost all of them start using a guide at some point. Not like there's anything really wrong with that, but with hindsight I do regret it. The feelings I robbed myself of just because something is hard, which is the point of a challenge, is something I still regret. After Reach, I spoke to Greg about scrapping any use of a guide, unless it is to the point that it is completely and utterly unbearable. That feeling of overcoming something truly hard is what makes these challenges feel so rewarding. This mindset makes only one tactic viable for the entire time doing LASO on the Master Chief Collection.
If you never learn, then you're never gonna earn.
Now, disclaimer aside, let's get started with Long Night of Solace.
Oh, that track, man.
Starting with the beach assault, this fight would be an absolute menace. There's an absolute barrage of elites, grunts, jackals and skirmishers. Top that off with a dropship that comes in and deploys a wraith that would normally rain artillery fire. The strategy we learned here was to head around the edge of the fight, using the water and the little rocks as cover. Once we do that, we wait for the dropship to deploy the wraith, and once it does, we quickly destroy it. This will take away the annoyance of constant movement trying to evade the wraith's explosions. Now we take to the high ground, and we take out the little guys and allow a noble team to distract the elites while we get the quick and easy backsmack. With the beach done, we head inside the facility to gear up. Greg takes rockets and I obtain an energy sword. These would be useful for later on in the mission. Now all we have to do is get to the saber and begin the space battle segment.
4, 3, 2.
So, fun fact, me and Greg work at the exact same place, and during one of our breaks, we sat outside going over our little strategy for this segment. Now yes, there was other co-workers around. Yes, they thought we were gimps. And yes, they were right, but the strategy we came up with ultimately led to one of the greatest plays in all of LASO. Our strategy was to stick together like rice that was sticky, like sticky rice.
What?
Because of the blind skull, we couldn't identify each other as easily as you normally would. So to get over this, we acted as wingmen, stripping shields, using missiles to finish them off. One would take charge while the other would retreat for shields. One by one the Covenant ships fell. Me and Greg were so fucking switched on here that if the entirety of Reach's battle was to take place right in this airspace, Reach wouldn't have failed. I'm your wingman.
Nice.
Right. Right, taking too many shots. Moving back. Oh. You got him, you got him, you got him.
The other one doesn't have shields.
Rockets away. He's down.
Saber teams, use your guns to take down their
Taking hits.
Yep, the retreat. We done.
No way, they're retreating. We won.
After this fight, the cutscene will pop, marking the first of 2 objectives done for the space battle segment. The next time we spawn in, we'll be directly attacking the Corvette now, and with the same strategy. Now we can use the Savannah frigate as a shield whenever we were low on health. After doing the objectives of clearing out the area, destroying the Corvette's engines, and finally landing on top of it, we said something that would age like milk trying to outlast David Goggins in a sauna.
This is crazy, man. We're actually really good.
I'm doing it deathless.
Aye, deathless, man.
So for whatever reason, me and Greg were so convinced that the crux of this mission was going to be the space battle segment. This was about as out of touch of reality as rich executives telling gamers to spend their money better to afford games that are nearly 100 quid. For that price, my brother, you can keep it. Anyway, we land on top of the Corvette and get straight to work. So from this point on, we were so convinced that this little ship bit at the end, I did say ship, not shit there, was going to be an absolute cakewalk with our knowledge on LASO.
Noble 5, meet him there.
Brother, it took us both 5 minutes in this first room alone to miss the space segment bit.
Really miss my
Saber.
And then it took us nearly 20 minutes to actually progress to the next room fully. And before we would get right in to the meat and potatoes, we get an iconic Stephanie hiccup. And not only that, I review The Last of Us Part 2 during our gameplay.
6 out of 10.
This room had an abundance of elites, and more annoying than that, some of them were armed with focus rifles. I hid in this little room and waited for Greg to help a brother out.
What are you doing?
Huh? Me? Just hanging around.
Basically, our strategy here was one distracted while the other went in for the kill, and then we successfully cleared out this room and we popped the cutscene for the big man to come in. The motivation is high here. We are getting close to the finale of the mission. All we had to do is clear out a room, press a button, come back to this room, and then hold off for a couple of waves, and we'd have an invincible George with us.
Well, it's a big show.
Sounds easy enough, right?
It isn't.
So after some attempts to clear out this first hallway, we head through to the button room.
Backfired, backfired.
No, he's gonna get me.
Go, go.
Right, there's a general, a bunch of ultras.
We managed to lock in here and clear out the room with relative ease and on our first try. Starting out with stealth killing the first elite to thin the numbers, then by teaming up with the plasma / precision combo, we easily mopped up the rest.
Lovely.
I'm John Halo.
Now it just came to a simple run back to the main room. Right?
No.
Nearly 20 minutes in this little hallway room.
Right. Aye. Oh fuck! I fucking knew that was going to happen.
I was so close to fucking exploding here.
I tried to run past. Oh, fucking clothesline.
But I managed to stay positive with trial and error, different tactics, and making it onto some random Elise montage video.
Redditor.
We finally made the right play to get past this segment.
I made it. I made it. I made it. I made it. I made it.
I made a run for the door and never came back. At least that was my thought process. I was hoping that Greg would be teleported, but it never happened. The elites were still in the hallway and we had to clear them out. The tactic that finally worked is I came back, entered the hallway, and I was completely afraid to do anything. But for whatever reason, Greg decided to switch the fuck on, and he batters the shite out of every single one of them in that room.
What the hell is that? That's the key.
Now that I feel completely emasculated, we head to the final fight of the level. Greg uses the old Pelican turret Easter egg to have both infinite ammo and decent firepower, with the caveat that he can't really see. I use precision weapons to pick off the little guys. This goes pretty much flawlessly and we clear it within a few minutes.
Yep.
Whose shields are going?
Going for him. Shit. Go.
Long Neck Solace is officially in the bag now, ladies and gentlemen. Which means we can all watch Reach slowly start to fall.
So, it's gonna be like mad. I got good news and bad news. This bird took some fire and our thruster gimbal is toast, which means the only way off this slag heap is gravity.
And the good news?
That was the good news.
At current velocity, 53 seconds to enter.
Bad news is, time is fried. I'm gonna have to fire it manually.
That's a one-way trip.
We will make it sooner or later. Better get going at 6, they need you down there. Listen, Reach been good to me. Time's come to return the favor. Don't deny me this. She's always had him dialed in. Tell him to make it count.
Now that the Halo Reach stands like myself are in tears, let's get into Mission 6, Exodus. Right, Exodus. Starting off this mission, we are feeling the end is near. Mainly because in context of the game's plot, the hope is dwindling, the cast is shortened, and the overall feel of the game is becoming more desperate. But in the context of LASO, this is great news. The start of this mission is a piece of cake. You walk for a bit, kill some skirmishers, and go up against grunts with an attitude of not wanting to be alive anymore. I mean, has anyone actually died from these guys? Anyway, after clearing this with relative ease, we head outside again for our first real fight. So for the first time in Halo Reach, we take on the Brutes, which were so much easier to fight than Elites, just in hindsight. And saying that, my entire knowledge of LASO went right out the window when we first fought them. Right. I don't know how to do that. So, because they're weak to precision, we quickly pick up this little sniper rifle, and it actually gives us a total one-shot kill if you shoot them in the head. Greg picks it up, does his bit, only to be let down by me, forgetting that if you can dodge a wrench...
You can dodge a ball. What? Fucking hell!
It's fine though, it gave us a good checkpoint, right? Oh my god. I know this part isn't difficult, like I said before, but man, it is just annoying. I hate checkpoints where I feel like I'm playing the Halo equivalent of Death Stranding. After making the trek back, I grabbed the sniper this time because Greg was at fault last time. But it turns out to be a great play regardless. I cleared it with absolute ease.
Here we go.
Perfect.
Double kill. Triple kill. Overkill. Sniper spree.
Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne.
So as we progressed to the next section, we understood what was going to happen now. This section had a mandatory defense bit. Luckily, we didn't need to keep anyone in particular alive other than ourselves. There was a severe lack of any kind of precision weaponry or ammunition, mainly because we used it all trying to clear out the area, meaning we would have to make do with whatever we could scavenge from incoming forces. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, probably mostly gentlemen, let's begin the fight. Right, Greg, I've got two brutes outside. Go on. Is that one there brute still alive? Get him. Get his fucking ass, yeah. Fuck you. So with that going down relatively smoothly, we move on to the next area. Well, in the elevator, I remind Greg that I know of a skip. The jetpacks, you can just like jetpack up the flags and you can just skip to the brute fight. And rightly so, my dear viewer. You're probably asking, wow, Kizo, where did you learn all these skips? I'm going to stop doing this bit now.
I will never change. Never, ever.
So, with our newly attained jetpacks, we can use the scaffolding below to skip a whole bunch of enemies in the name of parkour. By using all of these conveniently placed objects, we can skip entire waves of enemies and effectively only have to deal with the last wave. And in saying that, you really don't even have to engage with them in the first place. Once you get right underneath the exit door, I jetpack up, very rudely push the brute away, quickly do a post-brute drama interview.
What happened? Absolutely nothing. I don't know. I just showed up and I don't know. I don't even know the guy, to be honest with you.
And have Greg teleport to me.
Other side, other side.
Right, this bit, I know the strat for this bit as well. You just hug the right side. From this point, we can use the jetpacks to slowly but surely climb some of this building's geometry to skip a massive amount of fighting and arrive at arguably, no most definitely, the most difficult part of the level. So let's lock in. So firstly, we have phantoms that drive by and shoot at us. We have the turrets at the back that would have made the Battle of Pearl Harbor 10 times easier for the Americans, and inside we have so many enemies, one being a brute chieftain, the other being a brute chieftain with a fucking fuel rod cannon. I hate this bit so much. Okay, look at that. I think it's going to work. Ah, my god. Fucking hell. I died. No fucking way. No way, the fuel rod. No. Over 20 minutes of non-stop trial and error here. He killed me. No way, I'm gonna agree. Me and Greg finally hatched the perfect strategy to take down these guys. I start by hiding from the first patrol of the phantoms. When they pass, I quickly head out the back and use plasma grenades on the outside turrets. This not only kills the gunner, but ensures nobody else can hop in it since it's in a million bits. After this, I head round the far side, taking out any brutes while I had decent cover. Next is the most annoying thing in existence, fuel rod grunts. So I take out as many as I can pretty early on, just to ensure they don't get a surprise attack on us while we're focusing on the bigger guys.
Oh boy, it's got boots, eh?
Oh, that was nearly a death for me. I use my newfound luck to take out the gravity hammer brute, leaving only a few stragglers and the most devastating of them all, the brute with the fuel rod cannon. After pixel peeking, smacking him with my own fuel rod, and Greg putting an entire arsenal into his face, we finally get the kill.
No helmet.
Dead. Now with the rooftop cleared, it was onto the turret section. This one is very familiar to the previous one in Tip of the Spear, only this time we don't get a really cool grenade launcher turret, just a stinky normal one. And there's something that's also similar to Tip of the Spear, it only took us 2 tries. Nothing really exciting happened here, so I'll save you the boredom of this section for the most part. Once we get off the Falcons, we're officially in the finale of the level. Essentially what we have to do is press 3 buttons. The first one being really close to the landing zone, the other on the opposite side of the landing zone, and the third being up a hill in the middle. This part is difficult, and with us not knowing any real strategies, we simply just had to batter our heads against the wall until we done it. We start off by getting health, refilling our precision weapons, and boarding a vehicle. I use the turret to take out one of the ghosts immediately, and then we get swarmed and taken out like it's general waste collection day. Oh, bye. So this time we decide to ditch the car.
When you get to your destination, to just do a George Michael.
And instead, we use our precision weapons to take out as many as we possibly could. I clear out the first button's location with ease using this cliff, and Greg hits it without any issue. Perfect.
And I have a spanker.
Now it was on to the next, and I felt like it was very fitting to carry over the exact same strategy. Bungie felt differently. So, unlike this first cliff I used to clear the area, the second one has Gage's farts lingering in the air, killing my Spartan instantly. I'm shit, hold on. Oh wait, oh no, Greg! So with that strategy unusable, we had to keep trying with whatever we could come up with. The problem we were facing mainly stemmed from a Wraith sitting at the back and constantly shooting at us. Eventually, after clearing as many of the ground forces as possible, around the second button, Greg managed to get in and press it, giving us a decent checkpoint and making the final objective active. Now it was time to press the final button. After driving around the structure, we bum rushed in and Greg pressed it without an issue, finishing the level. Yes! Fucking Exodus is done. That is mission 6, Exodus, finished, which means we have 3 levels to go, which means we're getting very, very close. Let's just keep going.
Your report will have to wait, Lieutenant. The Covenant are jamming all comms to command. Cat needs your help running a counter-op. It's good to have you back. Sorry I came alone. Make him proud.
At the time of playing, me and Greg did 2 missions per session, but with this one, we decided to give it the big one and done. New Alexandria, the package and the Pillar of Autumn left, so we would smack them all out in one night, like Arkham Knight, brother.
Where the fuck is everyone?
Honestly, with this mission, we knew it would be a piece of cake, really. The level isn't all that hard, and the skeps we knew at the time were easy enough to do without a guide. So in this level, we would essentially have 4 main objectives with mandatory side objectives that I believe increase with the amount of players there is, I think. So let's begin with the first one, the hospital jammer. So of the 3 jammers, this is probably the hardest to get in and out of. So we were more than happy to start out with a bang. After clearing the first area, you could tell we were really getting into this groove of how LASO should be played, well, at least with brutes. In fact, inside the building, an interviewer asked me if I was excited to fight the elites again.
No.
Once we make it down the staircase in the hospital, we head into what we will call the jammer room. Inside this room, we have a bunch of brutes that vary in rank. Luckily, a brute came close to us and I dropped him with my DMR. The reason this was lucky was because he dropped a needler rifle. This weapon on LASO against brutes is one of, if not the most powerful weapon in the game. The needler rifle has a super combine effect, similar to the regular needler. The crazy thing about this one though, is that it happens after only 3 hits, essentially with perfect accuracy, making this weapon a 3-shot kill for anything that doesn't have shields. The only downside is that it doesn't have the best ammo count, and finding ammo can be quite rare. So with us clearing out the entire building, Greg hatched a plan to get back to the door, have me hit the switch as he gets outside, hoping that it would teleport me. So we did that, and it didn't work. Greg was topside and was flying around in the Falcon, but I was still stuck down here. So because of this, I believed that I would have to get out the old-fashioned way.
Thought I'd try shooting my way out. Mix things up a little.
But then out of nowhere it worked, and I was teleported to the roof, and Greg came and picked me up.
Oh, I just get spawned up. I just get spawned up at the top.
Oh yeah? This was a shame because just before I was teleported, I was having a little talk with the Marines, you know, on a personal level.
I like to get a bunch of men together.
Okay.
Men that are the hardest of the hard. And I want to be with these men.
Now we stumbled into the real problem of this level. The game doesn't give us any markers, waypoints or hints on where to go when it comes to the mandatory smaller objectives. The first one we got was Buck's Defense, where we essentially just have to escort him from point A to point B. But because we couldn't see any mission marker, we didn't even know where point A was, never mind where we would end up. At this point, we were pretty much blindsided. We had no idea what to do, so we foolishly decided to restart the level with the hopes that it would give us an easier objective to spot next time.
The message just repeats. Regret, regret, regret.
Catchy. Any idea what it means?
Dear humanity, we regret
starting this level over. Anyway, back to the beginning. We do the exact same thing, only this time the first objective is the apartment high-rise building, which of the 3 I would probably call the easiest.
Get on,
Right,
boys.
go down a wee bit. Once we fight the initial wave of enemies, we head up the elevators and make our way to the jam.
Oh, this is gonna suck.
So usually in this area, you would press the button to destroy the jammer, and as you head back you will get swarmed with drones. But using the same tactic as the hospital, we decided for one to head back to the elevator as one pressed the button.
You get back to the Falcon, take off, fly away a wee bit, and then like come back and land.
I decided to go this time. I head back to the Falcon, fly around until Greg teleports. To our horror, we get the exact same escort Buck objective. So this time, we decided to just look everywhere for him. It took us just under 10 minutes to find a random falcon just flying around. After following him for a bit, I wasn't convinced it was him. That's not the best of signs. But, right enough, eventually the dialogue popped and we got the objective complete. There we go. Lovely. Next time I play ODST, I swear on my life, I am going to roast the shit out of Buck for this one.
Works great.
And well, guys, if I could still show you around, here is the biggest, gayest man in the world.
So, now we're on to the second of 3 jammers, and this one would be the nightclub. Pretty routine stuff here. We clear out the landing zone with our superior falcon firepower, land and head inside. The nightclub has one glaring issue. It is an absolute breeding ground of hunters. After successfully playing that funky music, White Boy, we decide that the best course of action would be just to run around the hunters, get the button, head back to the dance floor, bust out again, grab the jetpack and head back to the roof. Now, if there's any big time Halo Reach fans out there, you would probably know that you can press certain buttons in the map and effectively render this place a safe zone by making it into a Covenant disco dance. For your information, yes, I know this exists. In fact, we've discussed getting a reminder from a guide, but I decide to just be a man and decide to take it on head first. Again, I don't want to go on and on about how with hindsight, I wish I had used 0 guides, but I do strongly believe that the reward of a challenge directly correlates with how difficult it feels, not how difficult it could feel. But first, a word from today's sponsor. A random fucking objective with no mission marker. Again, nothing exciting here. We just flew around until we saw a pelican, helped it, and then it completed. Straight up, in terms of LASO, this was one of the most annoying by a landslide. I'd take getting stuck in a room for 3 hours, but know what my objective is and where it is over this shit.
No Covenant. You had to open your mouth.
So, the hospital. You've seen it before. It's the exact same as last time, so I'll save you the boredom of watching it. The final objective pops. We know it's a pretty straightforward one. The game needs us to remove anti-air cannons and eliminate enemy air forces. We did get 1 death from this section, but in the next, we cleared it with fucking ease. It felt great feeling powerful again, but with the next mission being the package, I knew that would be short-lived. Greig lands the Falcon, completing the level. What our journey we've been on so far. I hope you people are enjoying the video, because we've only got 2 to go.
First glassing? Me too. Don't worry, I'm on it. Our best option is a fallout bunker on sub-level 2.
But according to Holland, the Covenant are still hunting for something.
Where does he get off calling a demolition a priority 1?
Come on, get in!
Let's go, come on!
You want to know if we're losing?
I know we're losing. I want to know if we've lost.
Two.
Can you hear me? 6, you alright? I could use some help.
She's always had him dialed in.
Noble 1, this is Noble Actual. Noble 1, go ahead. We need that base taken out, son. What's your status? Still outside. Thermal on the interior shows standing room only. We're gonna have to thin them out or we'll be way too popular. Copy that, Noble 1. Holland out. We got a job to do, so let's stay focused and get it done. 6, are you in position?
Affirmative.
Good. Execute.
The package. Man, this is one of the missions within Halo Reach. Now, with another member of Noble Team dead, we head back to Sword Base to extract Dr. Halsey, at least officially. When we talk LASO, we just need to shoot all the baddies till they die. Starting off with a bang here, we encounter some shade turrets, ghosts and fuel rod grunts. Everybody's favourite, eh? Nah, without throwing the shade turret. This part is very easy. We just sit back and use our DMR to just pick them off. Once we've done that, it's straight to the tank. Thanks Bungie. Halo Studios doesn't get me anything.
Fuck you.
Greg takes control of the tank while I jump in the turret. Greg is excellent with this thing, so I just got to sit back and relax, to be honest.
Okay.
Thank you, my darling.
You're welcome.
While I kick back, Greg uses the tank to take out the AA guns from the outside, the same way we did it on Tip of the Spear. Greg takes out the remaining forces in the air, but unfortunately he takes on not a elite, but the elite. Greg's okay, but I got fucked. I decided to stop being a burden and lock in from here. Progressing to the next area, I decided to dismount from the Scorpion and continue on foot. My reasoning for that is that because of these shade turrets, getting the right angle on them in the tank can put you in a vulnerable position. So as Greg slowly starts to push into the fray, I would disable as many gunners as possible, and Greg would mop up any that I couldn't get.
There's one at the back right, I see him. Can I get a shot on it? It must be an elite in that one. No, it didn't it? Good, you go.
Oh!
Fucking Revenant. Oh, what a shot.
So after playing World of Tanks, or Greg playing World of Tanks, we sadly need to dismount and head for the entrance of Sword Base.
I need to get a med kit as soon as possible. Perfect.
On the way there, however, we are met with a whole bunch of enemies, including the dreaded elite. But just like last level, we prove that we are in a complete groove with how to play LASO. We wipe the floor with the elites with the trusty backsmack and pick off the little guys too.
Go.
Now with this area clear, we head inside Sword Base, and for whatever reason, I'm now just thinking of using these turrets. I carry it through these hallways before dropping it to take on the jackals here. Once I enter this room, I charge up the ramp and grab the needler rifle.
One head.
Because jackals are a pain in the arse and barely flinch when shot at, shooting at them with the needler rifle is the way forward because of the previously mentioned super combine effect. But as annoying as they are, we clear it without a single death and proceed to the next fight, and it's a meaty one too. It took my fast 30 seconds to walk to the next area, but bringing this turret would prove invaluable by the time the bullets started flying. Blasting the elites with full auto windows, even though the rules say otherwise, will never not be effective. If I angle myself against a wall and using the third person camera to see around the corner, I can effectively stay safe to an extent while stripping their shields. But with this being a video on Halo, in which I'm playing on Legendary, not including the skulls, the enemy eye is just the smartest little fucker ever and realises that my weakness is movement, meaning if he launches a grenade at me, I can barely get out of the way in time. Because of that, we did have quite a few deaths, but with each one, we grew more and more knowledgeable about how to play this section with ease. On our successful attempt, it was like boat train motion, hardly any words spoken, but we assist each other and even swap roles without saying a single word. After defeating the initial elites by cover peeking with the plasma turret and Greg headshotting them, I grab some health and push forward. I quickly run to cover, but by the time I get there I realise my turret is empty. But because of my new vantage point, I can take out the engineer with my needler rifle, killing their overshields.
Nice.
Now Greg starts stripping shields and I start headshotting, and just as I was getting comfortable, this elite decides that I'm being too cool. Watching this back in post is honestly so satisfying, but it's hilarious that in the moment I didn't even react. Using the exact same tactic here, we clear the leftovers and are met with the elite general. Greig randomly finds a strat here where he can smack the elite's feet through the floor, and while the elite is confused by this, I can beat him down with the energy sword.
So right. His feet through the floor though.
We have now arrived at the finale room. That doesn't mean this is nearly over though. That just means we're in the last room. Coming up is one of the biggest fights in the entire game, and personally one of my favourites. But for LASO, I was worried about this. This fight was not a cakewalk, it was challenging, excluding LASO. But that's why we're here. Me and Greig head to the door we need to defend, and begin our preparations.
Do you think like a white general would take 2 sugars?
So this combat encounter is huge. The map itself is spacious, and because of that, Bungie felt the need to fill it with as many enemies as they could fit. Not only that, but they were more than happy to fill it with a complete variation too. I'm talking grunts, jackals, skirmishers, elites and brutes. Then we have wraiths, dropships, banshees and ghosts. I'm surprised I didn't create a unique enemy for this section and call it the kitchen sink. Now with that explained, let's fucking battle. So to start off, Greig heads to the structure off to the side to give me some covering fire, and I stay at the front line. The first to get to us is the brutes, and luckily for us, we have an abundance of ammo, so we can mop these guys up so easily. At the same time as the brutes pushing us, a dropship will fly by with a wraith attached to it. Once it drops, it'll immediately start a barrage of artillery fire until we take it out.
That's a hit, that was a hit.
Nice.
He's out. Triple kill.
After this, it's just a matter of removing the remaining forces.
It's time to push us. Oh. Nice. I'm getting pushed by a brute. Get him on you. Yes. Got him.
Now, it's time for the mission to really begin. No more fun, no more fairness, it's time for the elites to come in.
Yeah, there's elites and ghosts now.
Greig starts by taking care of the first Banshee. He does this by disabling it with the grenade launcher, then as it falls he hijacks it. With this, I suggest he turns it into a battering ram and he pulls it off perfectly.
Please, you could even splatter the fuckers if it was possible. Lovely, lovely!
It is short-lived though, because similar to me in Exodus, he forgets that with LASO settings, more specifically the blind skull, it removes the out of bounds warning, and with that, he dies.
Oh!
You die?
I forgot about, you can't see the fucking soft kill barriers.
Damn. Honestly, after this, and for the next 5 minutes, we just sat and tried to chip away at whatever we could kill, but the ball wasn't rolling here, the momentum was starting to fade. No real progression was being made. Greig picked up a death, and with that, I decided to be a bit ballsy now. From my time playing LASO, and I've done a few of these campaigns now, I've learned that there's a time to be strategic, there's a time to be slow and methodical, and a time to be fast and adaptive. But sometimes the strategy is just to fucking keep trying and be ballsy.
Right, it's got quite a few in that.
My god, you couldn't just don't do that.
Right, ghost away.
Nice.
Go on. Took out quite a few of them. Oh, assassinated that fucking... Stuck him. Stuck him again. He's out.
Off the boot captains. 3 down.
I flipped the ghost.
Oh, nice. They flipped it right back.
Right, that ghost is almost done. Lovely. Let go. Fuck you, bitch. Yep, spotted the other one. Right. Oh fuck! I took some hits, but I'm safe. Right, Halliburton's dead. Hold on, I should shoot that fucking bastard.
Oh, let's do this.
I see a weak sword. Splattered him. Oh, this might be it for me. No, okay, I'm safe. God, I hate killing Virgil, man. Objective complete.
Oh, just one next to the door.
No, I died!
You're joking.
No, it's alright, at least we know we're fucking right there, we're fine. Yeah, okay, it's about to complete, I'm done. This is exact, there you go. Right, I'm going for it, I'm going for it. Pressed it. I'm pressing it, I'm trying to press it. I'm holding you.
This is it, people. 8 missions down, 1 to go.
Chosen? By an AI?
By this AI, yes. Her measure of you carries as much weight as my own, perhaps more. Take it, Lieutenant. She has made her choice. Do you have it?
Yes.
Say the words, please.
I have it. Sir, you
don't want to hear it. Get the package to the Autumn.
Done.
Not yet, it's not. Emil, go with him. It's a ground game now.
It's been an honor, sir.
Likewise. I'll do what I can to draw their fire. 6. That AI chose you. She made the right choice. On my mark. Mark!
What better way to start the Pillar of Autumn and to ultimately put to bed this challenge that had been consuming our lives by having a cracking wee bowl of Weetabix chocolate minis. Until I took this small break at the start of this level, this was us entering into hour 3 of LASO.
Those are rookie numbers in this racket.
And I was feeling it. Greg, being a real man, didn't need to eat or take a minute. Greg was fueled by 2 things, a longing for something challenging and a burning passion for misogyny. So with him racing along the beginning of the level, I start making my way towards the objective, and as I'm doing this, everything despawns.
All the enemies have despawned on me, so I'm gonna grab a mongoose and I'll be right there.
Shortly though, I get teleported and the mission can truly begin. So this first part here, we have a few tasks. Firstly, we have a small armada of Covenant, mainly brutes as the big dogs here, and an annoying Wraith that sits up the back and does its thing. Trying to take it out with rockets would seem like the smart idea here, especially since I've got some ammo for it, but this is Halo, so this does not work as you'd expect. Isn't that right, can you?
What? Please, next question. Please don't ask me any questions.
Instead of trying that, I just decided to take out the little dudes using a vantage point, and a minute after my last attempt, I managed to sink in 2 shots from the rocket, but it does seem to just piss it off. Also, instead of staying here, I decide to hold up in this little shack, which has some nice ammo stores and shields me from the Wraith's fire. Using the DMR ammo in here, I just sit back and bust into some brute helmet. Unfortunately, Greg gets gunned down off screen, but his death noise is convincing enough. Once we get reverted to the last checkpoint, I decide to get ballsy as usual, heading round the side here and picking off anything I can see. and perfectly getting the Wraith in my line of sight. As soon as I get the chance, I pull the third and final rocket into him, and he doesn't explode. But the driver dies, so it's the perfect result.
Wraith down.
Yeah, I got it. We get a visit from an ominous Greig here, who informs me to take control of the Wraith.
You're the Wraith?
I'm in it.
Use it!
Honestly, it's not that big of a deal because we only have to fight the skirmishers here. Proceeding forward, I got the Wraith stuck, and this led to me and Greig falling out because we couldn't move it.
Greig, I'm stuck. Greig, I'm stuck.
Oh, you... No, hang on. Just realised.
What?
I don't want to talk to you anymore.
Moving on, we trigger a cutscene.
Mother... We can get past this, sir.
No, you can't. Not without help.
Commander, you don't have the firepower.
I've got the math.
Solid copy. Hit them hard, boys.
You're on your own, Noble. Carter out.
We've been engaged!
I know that little cat.
You can say no.
No. He gave his life thinking he'd just saved the planet. We should all be so lucky.
Good to have you back. Sorry I came alone. Made me proud.
Crevice to the east. Let's go.
This death devastates me every single time I watch it. Such a hero, man. When the cutscene wraps up and we're back in the game, Greig, using a stupid smelly guide that he found on his stupid smelly YouTube, attempts to do the trick here. He's effectively trying to bypass the challenge of having to fight the enemies, you know, taking the challenge out of the challenge, eh, Greig? Look, pal, I know you've apologised for doing this, but if you think it's cool to suppress women's rights, then I think it's cool to suppress being a little bitch rights. Basically, he fails in getting the jump right, so we decide to take the fight head on after around 5 minutes of attempts. The next part has everyone's favourite enemy, drones. Yep, I'll no lie, reviewing this footage, scripting for it, and editing it, all for these little fuckers isn't worth it. But I do need to mention that they gave me my first death because of how fed up I was of these little cunts. Now the trick is, beating these little drones is to be slow and methodical, being tactful and waiting for the moment they stop moving. So by doing this, we clear them up pretty easily. Now we're moving out into one of the most iconic environments of the game, and if anybody remembers playing Invasion during the beta of Reach, then this place will bring back memories. We set off on our epic fight with Greig, using a guide.
What's the matter, Danny? You never taken a shortcut before?
I died trying to do what you did there, Greig.
Not enough health, so I am told to be a good wee lad and sit around getting the LASO experience.
No thanks.
All wasted movement.
I'm through.
Oh, back. I'm here.
If you think I'm being a little whiny bitch, then guess what? You're probably right, and I'm just having a laugh, I don't care.
I was acting. Or was I?
Basically, with all the skips we've done so far, we have skipped these certain areas. The first encounter would have been with hunters, and not having the best weaponry or vehicles, this fight would have been very hard. The second area is this little factory, and again, without having good weaponry and the range of enemies we'd go up against, it also would have been a hard fight. And I can't show you that because we've never done that. So moving on. We go through this little hallway where we had a little fight with grunts and jackals, we heal up and we head outside for the big finale fight.
I'm ready!
No. Right, I'm gonna try this jump here. It's probably not gonna work and I'm gonna cry.
Greig manages to jump up here and he can get into this big bad cannon weapon. He can use the cannon to take out phantoms that come in to drop off enemies, essentially halving the amount of enemies we would need to fight on the battlefield. I wasn't complaining too much about this one. By the time the battle had begun, you can see how much of a difference this made overall. There was hardly anyone for me to actually fight. When the big bad chieftains came in though, I had to concentrate, because these dudes are tough as hell, and they have shields now.
Oh my god. Captain, may I grab him? Oh, I need to run. I just get fucking murdered. No way.
Grabbing a sniper to try and chip away at the shields, using this little shack area at the top of the building, I shield myself from potential phantom cannons, and I start chipping away at the brute's shields as much as I can. When the phantoms are out of the fight, me and Greg both prioritise the brutes, ganging up on them, and because Greg is out of reach, the brutes get confused.
Lovely.
Time for the last brute, who has a fuel rod cannon. Getting close to this fucker is deadly, and I get to know that quite quickly, so we keep our distance. Eventually he goes over to the landing pad area, and I use my plasma turret to slowly but surely pepper his shields, and Greg awaits the chance to super combine him, and it works.
Lovely.
That's it.
Good to see you, Spartan. Halsey assured me I could count on you.
Not just me, sir.
They'll be remembered.
George always said he would never leave.
The big man was sentimental.
It's been an honor, sir.
Likewise.
Who's next?
Keep it. I gave it to you. I'll honor him my own way.
I'm ready! How about you?
Lieutenant, get aboard! We gotta get the hell out of here!
Negative. I have the gun. Good luck, sir.
Good luck to you, Spartan.
Now, in honour of Emil's death, we decide to do nothing but lock in and get the job done.
Right here, pal, right here.
Oh. Zealot class.
Not quite what I had in mind, but anyway, Greg shoots me and I get full health, and I do the same for him. Emil would be rolling in his fucking grave right now. The objective now is simple. I get into the cannon and finish the fight. At least this one anyway. We've still got 3 games to go until that happens. Wait, no, get to fuck. To get to this mythical cannon, we need to do a few things. Nothing crazy. It's just take on 4 Zealot class elites. The first elite is isolated, to be fair. And by just peppering the shields and popping them in the face of a DMR, you get the kill fairly easily. Hopefully the next 3 will be as easy as that. Starting off this fight, we deem it necessary to kill off the poor engineer. Regular health is annoying, okay? I'm not dealing with zealots with overshield. Pushing into the factory, we really don't waste any time, or more fittingly, the elites don't waste any time.
Oh, I just get killed.
Let's try that again. Going in for the second time, we decide that the backsmag would be suitable. Using plasma didn't get us anywhere because they constantly dodge. They fire back with double the fire rate and they generally don't miss.
You firing, bitch.
After an attempt at teaming up to get the backsmack, one of his friends showed up and had me for lunch.
No way. That should have been a backsmack, I swear.
This attempt goes better. With Greg pushing in and me standing at the door, the elites decide to retreat upstairs, a move that would ultimately be their downfall. I push to the rear and secure DMR ammo. Being undetected, I sneak around for the backsmack. Good result.
Go one of them, Greg, go one of them. Run away, run away, run away. Okay.
When I head back to do it again, but this time we do a bum rush manoeuvre and Greg's involved. Being of such low health, he gets one-shotted. We have the strategy though. As long as we've been at LASO tonight, the end was seeming close. We just had to lock in. After a few failed attempts, we started to understand it more and more. But also, how is this not a backsmack? I bet one of you fucking nerds just poked your glasses up to your face and was like, oh, this is not the centre line of the back actually. You see the elite spine is shaped in a moss. Shut the fuck up, mate, will you?
That was really mean.
Eventually, after enough tries, we get the play. I backsmack the first elite using Greg's distraction, and then with the plasma pistol, I noob combo the second.
Try and find that.
Oh, Greg!
Did you get him?
Go.
The third elite is a zealot with a fuel rod cannon. Firstly, what the fuck? And secondly, Greg took the lead for this one. Standing behind this fence thing, he was able to shoot at the elite and also be protected.
Finish the fight, brother.
Going into the cannon section, we knew the strategy to just sit and wait for the last moment to go shoot at the super carrier, so that's what we did. It took 2 tries, but on the final attempt I nail it with 2 shots and the cutscene pops, ending the mission and effectively completing the entire LASO campaign.
All stations, brace for cast-off. This is the Pillar of Autumn. We're away.
It didn't take long for Reach to fall. Our enemy was ruthless, efficient, but they weren't nearly fast enough.
Commander.
So that's our new number 6.
For you had already passed the torch. And because of you, we found Halo, unlocked its secrets, shattered our enemy's resolve.
Negative. I have the gun. Good luck, sir.
Good luck to you, Spartan.
When Reach falls, and it will fall, our annihilation is all but certain. Unless we can glean from this artifact a defense against the Covenant, a game changer. Our victory, your victory, was so close. I wish you could have lived to see it. But you belong to Reach. Your body, your armor, all burned and turned to glass. Everything. Except your courage. That you gave to us. And with it, we can rebuild.
Hello. I just wanted to end it by being like, thank you for watching. You know, making this video was absolutely fucking mental. It was nothing like I'd ever done before, and it went from this small thing into this huge thing kind of overnight, and I'm just very happy to finally get it out, and that's what she said, but finish it and, you know, release it, and hopefully whoever watched it enjoyed it, you know. If you did enjoy it, I only ask for one thing, and that is to stay tuned, because I guess you could say we're not done yet. So whenever it's ready, you'll see it. Thank you. CE anniversary playlist, LASO campaign here. At least it's only 10.
Let's do it. Lots of contact.
No covenant. You had to open your mouth.